Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will learn about the most important concept of a programming language, that is object-oriented concepts. So, what is an object and class? Object which you can see, which you can use. Everything is an object. Like your car, your pen, laptop, mobile, fan, chair, everything an object. Now, we use classes to create an object. Creating a new class creates a new type of object, and using that we can create the instance of the type. Each instance has the attributes and methods. That methods can change the state of the instance. We have a class method that can change the state of the class. So basically, object contains two things: properties and functions. And objects are a way to bind these properties and functions together in one unit. So if you see, these all are objects, like laptop, a car, a chair, a pen. Laptop has some properties. For example, the company name, price, screen size, RAM, operating system, and the other part is the methods. You can use it to type something, you can play the music, you can format it, you can copy, you can use internet, or you can use it to learn Python programming. So every object has these two things: properties and functions. Now in programming language, object is used to bind data and function together in one unit. And these functions or methods can change these properties, or you can say the state of the object. We use class to create the instance. Class is a prototype. So using this class we can create different instances. So in Python we use keyword class to create a class, and using the class we can create the instance that we will use in a program. To understand it in detail, let's see one example. Okay, so let's understand what is this object. I'll take one example, laptop. So let's understand these properties. Okay, what are the properties of a laptop? Now, laptop has a name, or you can say company name. For example, HP. A price, some price, RAM size 4 GB, operating system, Windows. Now you can see here this property, this is the name of the property and this is the value. Okay, property name and value. Let's see here, screen size 15 inch. So webcam is there, true or false? True. So all these properties can be represented with the help of values. Here you can see. The other part of the object is functions. Functions means how you will use the object and how to change these properties. For example, here we can on the laptop, we can shut down it, we can format, we can copy, we can play music, or we can use it to type. There are so many functionality, there are so many functions we can use. So when you see these properties has some values. Property has a name and value, right? We can define these property with the help of values. But when you see these functions, you cannot define with a value. These are process. we do something on the laptop using laptop. So for example here I can use the laptop to install a software. Okay, when you install a software, let's say Python, PyCharm or Python, we follow some instruction, we do some things. That is a process, we cannot define with a value. So that is the difference between these functions and properties. But when you say okay, which operating or which let's say language is installed, yeah, it's a Python, so we have a value. But when you follow these steps, we do something that is known as functions. Now in one object these two things are available. These two things should be there, usually properties and functions. Okay, if I take another example here, let's say pen. Okay, so usually pen has a name, okay, some name, then price, the ink color, okay, color of the pen, okay, material, and so on. So many properties are there. And then what you can do with the pen, of course we can use it to write, right? We can write it, we can refill, or we can open the cap, you can close the cap, like that. There are so many functions. Or another example, your bank account. So here you have properties, account number, balance, type of account, right, bank name. All these are properties because we have some values. And then account, okay, then functions. So how to use it? You can open a bank account, you can close a bank account, you can deposit money, okay, you can transfer money, we can withdraw the money, and so on. So many functions. So there are some objects which you can see, like we have discussed about pen, car, all these, but there are some objects which you cannot see. These are virtual. For example, your bank account, but it exists. So with the help of programming language, you can represent anything in a program. You want to represent an employee, we can use the class and object concept here. We can represent a mobile or whatever you want to represent. So we use a prototype with the help of this class, and here we write all these properties and functions. Then using this class we can create the instance of this type, and that instance we can use.